thought, considering that Direct happened last week, I thought this would be a good time to make my return. So, in this Direct, there were quite a few Mario announcements which caught me off guard because, well, actually, no, it didn't really catch me off guard considering the movie just happened and the fact that we had zero Mario game announcements for the year. It was quite likely that we were going to see a few. But I just find it funny considering they announced like I think like five or six different like Mario games if you include like games where Mario isn't necessarily the main character. And like the output just generally looks better than what they did for like Mario's actual anniversary, which I've seen quite a few people point out. But like yeah, I'm just gonna run through like the more major announcements. So to start off with, they opened with a trailer for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC, which, if I'm honest, I don't really care about. I'm not really very interested in the game. I was more interested in like the spin-offs and even like Legends Arceus. But yeah, so either way, I haven't played the base game, so just gonna move on to the next major one. So afterwards, we had one that was actually leaked quite a few days in advance, being the Super Mario RPG remake. And I'm actually quite excited to play this considering I never played the original, but I have played quite a few of the Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi games, which I've heard take quite a lot of inspiration from. And yeah, I'm just glad that they haven't tried to like simplify any of the designs. Like all the toads still look just as like original as they were originally, and it also looks like they're adding like quite a few cutscenes maybe, which will look quite high quality. I've also got to say that I'm quite happy for all the Geno fans because they can actually play the game now. Because I know that probably like half of the Geno fans in existence only like the character because they want him in Smash Bros. So it's a good opportunity for them, and also it increases Geno's chances in the future because he's now actually relevant, unlike before where he hadn't had an appearance in like any game in like a good 20 years. So yeah, maybe we'll get into the next game. After this, they showed off a new Princess Peach game. I'm not sure whether this is meant to be Super Princess Peach 2 or something completely different, because they didn't really show enough gameplay. Like, this could be like a 3D platformer, it could be an RPG, it could be an action game. Like, literally have no clue. This announcement, I felt like it was quite strange because like they didn't even give like a placeholder title or anything. Like, they aren't even just calling it like Untitled Princess Peach game. They're just like not calling it anything. Like, it's not like Breath of the Wild, like Tears of the Kingdom, where they were calling it the sequel to Breath of the Wild. They're just calling it nothing for the moment. Yeah, it just felt like a very strange announcement. I feel like they probably could have showed a bit more. Considering the game's coming out next year, they definitely had more to show, so it's a bit strange. Then they showed a remaster of Luigi's Mansion 2. This confused me a bit because I thought they would have gone with the first game, considering that seems to be the more popular one from what I've seen. Or they could have even like packaged both of them together. Like, yeah, they can't even say that it's because Luigi's Mansion 1 got remade on the 3DS not too long ago. Because the original Xenoblade Chronicles is in a very similar situation, where it got remade for the 3DS and then the Switch, so there's precedent for that happening. But yeah, I'm definitely still looking forward to the game because even though I did have Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 3DS, I never got around to finishing it. But now after playing Luigi's Mansion 3, it would be a good opportunity to go back and maybe give the game a second chance. Uh, then they showed the Detective Pikachu sequel. I think this was announced in like 2017. So I don't know what's been going on with this game, whether it's been development hell or something. Uh, I do think the graphics do look a bit lackluster, so maybe it needs a bit more time in the oven, which is unlikely to get because it's a Pokemon game. Uh, Maybe I'll check it out. I'm not really sure what the gameplay was like for the previous one, so I might have to look into that a bit, and yeah, maybe I'll end up playing it. Then they showed the Mario Rabbids DLC. I'm actually quite proud of myself on this one because even though I didn't upload a video or anything, I did put my predictions on Twitter, and I managed to predict that they were actually going to shadow drop it. So I'm proud of myself for that. I haven't had the time to actually go back and play it, but from what I've heard, it seems to be pretty good and quite long, like quite meaty. So I'm looking forward to getting the opportunity to jump back into that. I believe after this we got our Pikmin segment. Having only recently completed Pikmin 3, uh, I've actually started to like properly like look forward to this game, and the demo is coming out quite soon, so I'll get an opportunity to like feel out the differences and stuff like that. Uh, they showed off that there's these new green Pikmin. I think they're called like Ghost Pikmin. I can't really remember. That you can use during night. Getting to explore during night seems to be like a new mechanic, which seems to be quite fun. It also looks like there's some new enemy who seems to be like part Pikmin, part like human or whatever the species is called. And they look quite a lot like Olimar. Not sure what's going on there, but I've heard from people that the bad ending for Pikmin 1 involved something similar happening. So there might be like some timeline, multiverse type situation going on, which could be quite interesting. So I'm looking forward to seeing like the plot reasoning for that happening and whether it is a multiverse type situation. Then right after this, we got the announcement that Pikmin 1 and 2 were getting shadow dropped to the eShop, which is good. Like, I did always want to eventually be able to play Pikmin 1 and 2 at some point. I just wish that the physical edition wasn't coming out so late afterwards, because I prefer to have my games physical. And I know they might be doing it because they want people to shadow drop, but I'm sorry, they can't convince me to do that. So I'm just going to end up waiting till September, which is a bit disappointing because I would have liked to have the whole trilogy played before Pikmin 4, but I guess that's just how it is. I'm gonna have to wait till September for that. Um, I'm liking this trend of like porting over HD versions of GameCube games. We had Metroid Prime, now we're getting Pikmin. There's been rumours that we'll be getting Twilight Princess and Wind Waker at some point. Some other ones that I'd like to see are like Kirby Air Ride, which I've heard good things about but never played. Smash Bros. Melee, because that could lead to some interesting developments in the Smash community. Like maybe Melee could be at Evo again. Maybe Nintendo will start to support the community a bit more. I'd also like to see Mario Kart Double Dash, which I also haven't played but I've heard good things about and it looks quite fun. Also, I think it's Path of Radiance. Is that the one on GameCube? Yeah, Path of Radiance. Because I've heard that like the prices for used copies are ridiculous, like £100 if not more. So, and considering it is the game where Ike is the main character and he's quite popular because of Smash Bros, it could get quite a lot of sales. So that'd be good. And yeah, those are the GameCube games that I'd hope to see. Maybe we'll get another one Shadow Drops in the September Direct. Probably not Twilight Princess or Wind Waker, considering we already got Tears of the Kingdom this year. So maybe. Oh yeah, there were rumors about F-Zero, so maybe we'll get F-Zero GX shadow dropped. Then next they showed a teaser for the next wave of Mario Kart. Uh, Two of the characters were quite heavily predicted, being Kamek and PT Piranha. Then the other one was Wiggler, which I'm a bit disappointed about because that means that one of the three other characters that I wanted isn't getting in, being Pauline, Diddy Kong, and Funky Kong. Uh, it's difficult because all three of them have very strong reasons for getting on. You have Pauline because it seems they want to push her a bit more as like being a member of the main cast. Diddy Kong should get in because he should have been part of the base game. He's literally like Donkey Kong's Luigi, so I don't know why he wasn't included. And then Funky Kong is just an overall fan favourite for being like a high tier character in Wii. So I wish that all three could have gotten in, but it seems one of them isn't. And if I were to pick one to not go in, I think I'd have to go with Funky Kong, unfortunately, because Diddy Kong and Pauline just seem to be more important to the Mario series as a whole. Yeah, it's sad, but it's gonna happen. Next, they showed another WarioWare, which was a bit disappointing for me because we already got a WarioWare like 2 years ago, so I would have hoped to get a Wario Land or Wario World instead. especially considering the last one was on the Wii. I think it came out like 2009. I might be wrong. So that's like almost a decade and a half without a new Wario Land. So yeah, I wish we could have gotten one. Then finally, we have what, in my opinion, is the best announcement from the Direct, and is my most anticipated game for the year, and probably my most anticipated game in quite a while, being Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I know some people weren't a fan of the past few um, 2D Mario games, but as someone who's played them all and has a lot of nostalgia for them, and just like being able to play multiplayer with like siblings, family members, friends, I'm just really looking forward to this game. I think I've already got my squad, like the three other people I'm going to be playing it with, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm liking that there are some new characters that haven't been in a 2D Mario game in a while, being Peach, who hasn't been in one in like over 20 years, Daisy and Yoshi, who are only in the mobile one, and yeah, it's just good to see Daisy just appear in general in a home console 2D Mario, because even Yoshi, even though he hasn't been playable, he has appeared in them. So having Daisy is quite good, and I hope there are a few more characters like maybe Rosalina, Wario, and Waluigi. They were in the leaks, so hopefully those leaks were true. But yeah, I'm just overall just liking the art style and how it's way more detailed and expressive. Even like if you just look at like Mario's like facial expressions, and like the bit where they showed where he goes in the pipe and he has to like grab his hat when he comes out and he like looks around, like it just looks way more detailed than before. And like overall, I just feel like the music and just the aesthetic and the more like cartoonish like style is just giving me like heavy like 2D Rayman vibes. I'm not sure why. I think it's like I'm not sure why. I think I need to look into why, but I'm just getting very heavy like Rayman vibes from it. Maybe they took some inspiration considering like how critically acclaimed like Rayman Legends in particular was. But yeah, overall I'm just really looking forward to this game, and I'll definitely make more content on it as more information comes out. Yeah, maybe we'll get like a demo at some point. We'll probably get more leaks. Definitely get another trailer in the September Direct, and maybe we'll get some more gameplay out. I think it's Gamescom is happening soon, so maybe they'll drop some more gameplay there. But like, anyways, yeah, that's it for the video. Uh, Make sure to leave a comment and leave your personal top three announcements from the Direct. For me, it was definitely Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the RPG remake, and Pikmin 1 plus 2 remastered. So I'll definitely be playing all of those at launch. Well, for Pikmin 1 plus 2, I'll be waiting for the physical release. And yeah, I hope to see you on the next one.